Over 900 million people use ChatGPT every week. And right now, it's quietly deciding which brands to recommend to them. Maybe one like yours, or maybe one of your competitors instead. And if you're honest, you've got no real idea how it's making that call. You're not alone. Most founders are getting out-recommended without knowing why. I'm Louis from Searchable, the AI search toolkit over 1,000 companies use to track their visibility across ChatGPT, Perplexity, and the rest. So, here's the simple version nobody's actually sat down and explained. No jargon, no homework. In the next 10 minutes, you'll understand exactly how AI decides who it recommends and how to make it start recommending you. And stick with me to the end. I'll show you who AI's picking in your space right now for free. This is where we make AI search make sense. For 25 years, if you wanted a product or an answer, you went to a search engine, probably Google, typed a few words, and got a list of blue links. Businesses fought to sit at the top of it. Now that's classic SEO, search engine optimization. So what's changed? Now you just ask, and you get back one answer that names a handful of brands. The list of 10 is gone. Don't believe me? According to SparkToro, nearly 70% of Google searches now end without a single click. The answer just appears on the page. That's zero click. Getting your brand into that answer has a name as well. AEO, Answer Engine Optimization. You'll also hear GEO or just AI search. Same package, different label. And that's the last acronym I'll throw at you for a bit, I promise. I've done a full SEO versus AEO breakdown you can watch straight after this, but don't go yet. Stick with me because at the end, I'll give you a 10-second test you can run on any AI right now. And it'll tell you the honest truth about whether it's picking you or your competitor. First, let's look at how AI actually makes that call. Now, here's the bit that trips everyone up. There is no number one to win anymore. AI isn't scoring your website and sticking it at number one. There is no number one. Instead, it builds a picture of your whole business from everywhere it can find you. Your website, yes, but also reviews, Reddit, LinkedIn, press directories, all of it. So here's the one to remember. Google ranks pages. AI recommends businesses. That scattered picture of who you are across the web also has a name. Your entity. Fancy word, simple idea. It's just what the internet collectively knows about you. So, when you ask AI a question, it doesn't hand you 10 links. It gathers all that context and gives you one answer, naming a few brands. But how does it pull it all together so fast? Well, let's dive under the hood. AI works from two things. One, what it already learned in training. Basically, its memory of the web. Two, what it looks up live in the moment for anything fresh or specific. And when you ask it one question, it quietly breaks it up into a bunch of smaller ones behind the scenes, runs loads of hidden searches, then stitches them into a single answer. That's called query fan app. Okay, I promise no jargon, so let's make it real. Picture searching best marathon shoes for a marathon. Behind the scenes, it's not just searching that, it's searching marathon comfort, support over long distances, even running with flat feet. So if your brand shows up across the whole world of running, not just the exact words, running shoes, you're far more likely to get named. There is no single magic phrase to win. You've got to show up for every question in the race. So it's not one race you've got to win, it's all of them at once. Now, what actually gets you across the line? When AI decides whether to name you, it's really asking three quiet questions. One, does it clearly know who you are? If your story is fuzzy or contradictory across the web, AI gets unsure, and when it's unsure, it leaves you out. Two, do you actually know your stuff? Are you a real authority? The name people think of first, the way Sherlock Holmes is the detective or Searchable is AI search. More on that later. Three, and this is the big one. Do other people vouch for you? If you remember one number from this video, make sure it's this one. At Searchable, we analyzed nearly 700 million AI citations, every source these engines actually pull from. Only about 4% are a brand's own website. 4%! The other 96% is everyone else, what the rest of the web says about you. So, think of it like this. Sure, the waiter can talk about tonight's special, but what actually convinces you the place is any good? The reviews from everyone who's eaten there, the critics writing it up, the articles raving about that one dish. That's the chatter AI listens to. What others say about you counts for far more than what you say about yourself. And that's exactly why winning Google doesn't mean winning AI. You'd think ranking number 1 would have you sorted, but according to Ahrefs, only about 12% of the pages ChatGPT cites even crack Google's top 10. There's almost no overlap. The old game was backlinks. The new game? Citation authority. Basically, how worth mentioning you are across the whole web. And here's the good news. Unlike old school SEO, this can move in weeks, not months. To be clear, SEO isn't dead. It's the foundation everything sits on. AEO is just the evolution, a smarter layer on top of strong fundamentals. So, I'm guessing you'd like a seat at every table. Let me show you to the room. Remember that restaurant? Well, let's walk back in. The whole internet is the restaurant, and the AI engines are its tables. Each one has its own regulars and its own taste in who it trusts. ChatGPT, the word of mouth table, loves Reddit, reviews, Wikipedia, whatever the crowd is saying. Perplexity, the show your sources table, obsessed with citations and fresh content. Google AI overviews, the strict table, cares more about credibility and consistency. Claude, the quiet one in the corner, weighs far more than it ever lets on. And Copilot, the table half the corporate world's already sitting at. So, same question at every table. Who do I trust? Just different guests and different rules. Which table matters most comes down to where your buyers actually sit. So, those tables decide who gets recommended. And the catch is, every table's only got a handful of seats. You're on the guest list, or you're not. There's no ranking to climb. Ask the same question twice and the names can change. Often it's just 4 or 5 in the entire answer. And here's the bit you've probably already felt for yourself. You can't see any of it happening. Someone asks ChatGPT, gets recommended you, then Googles your name or types your site straight in. So Google or direct takes all the credit, and the AI that actually sent them stays invisible. That's what we call the dark funnel, the blind spot that costs founders the most. And that 10-second test I promised you, it's how you can cut straight through the dark funnel. But in a second, it's coming. That blind spot is exactly why we built Searchable, a tool that shows you where you stand across the LLMs, large language models. Things like your share of voice, your brand visibility, and how you rank against your competitors. And it doesn't stop at showing you. It helps you climb with real, up-to-date AI search optimization tools. So, now that you understand how AI search actually works, you can start making a real, measurable difference to how your brand shows up. So, remember that 10-second test I promised? Here it is, and you can run it right now. Ask your favorite AI search engine to recommend a brand in your category without naming anyone. That's an unbranded prompt. And it's the honest test of whether AI actually rates you. So, did it pick you? Or did it pick your competitor? Let me know who it picked in the comments below. I genuinely want to know, and I will read the comments. And if you're in there, nice. That's just one prompt though. To see the full picture, every AI, your share of voice, exactly where you stand against your competitors, you can find out right now using Searchable's free visibility report. It takes just minutes, and the thing I promised you right at the start of this video. The link to that is in the comments below. And I did say no homework, and I meant it. Every term from today is on a one-page cheat sheet in the description. Go check it out, and you're officially fluent. So, here's where this leaves you. You now know how AI decides who it recommends. Actually getting into those answers is what this whole channel is built for. So, hit subscribe, and the next steps will be waiting there for you. This is where we make AI search make sense.
Just before you go, if this helped make sense of AI search, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video. See you there.